3,500 miles away in London, Britain's computer industry was just beginning. It was one of the most extraordinary episodes in computer history. The J. Lyons Company was famous at the time for its string of tea shops and the celebrated Lyons corner houses. It was also a large-scale food manufacturer and distributor, employing more than 30,000 people and handling 40,000 orders a day. Strange as it seems, it was this company, famous for tea and cakes, which would start Britain's commercial computer industry.
You had in the senior management of the office in Lyons some extremely far-sighted people with a considerable mathematical background. So it wasn't any surprise, really, that when they heard about these giant brains in the British newspapers, they thought to themselves, this is something we must investigate.
After the war, Lyons was desperate for a better way to streamline its growing operation and keep track of its thousands of employees and products. What Lyons needed was a computer. But in 1947, there was no computer to buy in London. So this innovative company decided to build its own. To learn how, they asked for help from Cambridge University, where a team led by Maurice Wilks was at work on a computer. Wilks was one of the few people who agreed with Eckert and Mauchly's vision that computers had a place outside the laboratory, and he gladly accepted the challenge.
They gave us a certain sum of money, I've forgotten how much it was, and the services of a technician, or I suppose I would now call him an engineer, to work with us. Well, he was a member of their staff. He'd been in the RAF, I believe. He'd come back after the war, and I think he told me once he was working on a most interesting project, a coin-operated machine for delivering sizzling hot sausages.
Thus began the British commercial computer industry. By the end of 1951, the work of 400 clerks had been taken over by Lyons Electronic Office, appropriately nicknamed Leo. Once Leo was up and running, its programmers began thinking up some novel tasks for it.
In those days, the managers of the tea shops used to send in their orders for the next day, and sometimes it was necessary to alter the order according to the weather. They wrote a program that would take these orders, and if the weather were going to turn hot, it would reduce the amount of steak and kidney pudding and increase the amount of salads and that sort of thing. Very interesting program.
Lyons Computer also took in work from other companies who soon wanted their own and asked Lyons to build them. So in 1954, the Lyons Company, purveyors of tea and pastries, added a new product line, computers.